my name is Piotr. Today I will show you what will be released in 2.4.
Okay, so now when we are in our console, let's move through the new features in 2.4. Let's start with the first one. So it will be support for Romanian language. Of course, all emails, notifications, activation messages, everything is translated as well as our application, mobile applications, all of them, in fact. So this could be quite useful for any of you speaking Romanian as, for example, native language. So let's go to the English at this point. The next feature, which will be available in 2.4, is ability to add, install, and update all applications from files. So at this point, in our solution in 2.3, for example, you was able to add an application from a file, your own application, business application, and after that you can just simply upload it to any kind of device, and that's it. In fact, you could also update that application, but you cannot add many different versions, so this might be difficult, for example, to test is the new version of your application is working or there is some issues with that. So we add in our solution, I have the Zoom as example here. At this point in 2.4, you can add many different versions of the same application, which can be very useful. As I mentioned, for example, if you want to deliver that application to few users to just like make them test some tests to just be sure that everything works fine, that your business process won't have any issues when you push the update. So this is very useful if you use a lot of your own applications in your environment on your mobile devices. The next one is also connected, in fact, with the application because we make bigger limit for the application. So previously was 100 megabytes, now there is 200. So you have more space to, you can upload bigger application into our console to just let you manage it. So it's quite cool. The next one is connected to Windows. In politics, in policies, yeah, here it is, BitLocker. So now from 2.4, you are able to manage encryption. You are able to force end users to encrypt their devices, which can be very useful. And of course, those will extend your security level quite high, especially for the all mobile laptops or desktops that the end users could take home for home office or stuff like that. The next one is related with the Wi-Fi profile. So as I guess most of you already know that we can configure and push to mobile devices Wi-Fi connections, Wi-Fi hotspots, if that will be necessary to just make the user life simpler and easier. They won't need to look for the Wi-Fi configuration. We can just simply deliver it. And now you can also, on the Android Enterprise fully managed device, you can also prevent users from deleting that configuration. So if you go to the functionality, you will see on the prohibits removing added Wi-Fi networks. So if you add some networks to the mobile device, you can prevent the end user for some mistaken removal of that Wi-Fi. So this might be very useful in many scenarios. You don't need to just send them one more time. It won't be necessary anymore. The next one will be with our kiosk mode. So maybe before I will show you how the configuration looks like, I will show you on our mobile device. Let's make use of it, and I will push new profile on it. Let's find kiosk mode, custom kiosk, submit, and as you see, the configuration is already applied. So the feature we deliver in 2.4 is that you can create your own custom kiosk mode for multi-apps kiosk. It's of course very useful in few scenarios if you want to prepare some dedicated device for the end users. It's very good way to personalize and customize how it looks like. So now you see that we can change the icon, we can change the title, we can change the top bar, we can change the wallpaper, the font color. So lots of change can be made. And now I will show you how the profile itself looks like. You'll be able to compare what we see and what we configure. This may be crucial for many of you. Yeah, so this is our profile. Now, of course, the application is standard way, multi-app kiosk mode, unlock pin code. Yeah, and as I mentioned, we can add icon on the top bar. It's useful. You can use anything you like, as we see in my example. Of course, you can also put the header text. You can put the header text color. You can also change the, as I mentioned, color of the fonts used below the application. And you can put the header text. You can change the background. You can choose some plain clear color if you would like to do that, or you can just simply upload the wallpaper and make it looks like that, like in my example, in fact. You can also use the certain number of columns. So this will be, of course, this will be important for the application management. So as you see in my example, when I have 4 columns, the application is quite accurate. It's exactly the same how it looks like on the mobile device. Of course, the fonts and colors look a bit different, especially because you see that device on the camera, so it's not exactly perfect example. But still, as you see, our preview is quite accurate of what you will receive on the mobile device when you deliver this profile. So this is quite useful, quite fun to manage, in fact. Okay, let's move forward to another 2 changes. I say 2 because this is related with the profiles, and 2 different profiles, in fact. As you guys already know, you can use connectivity profile on Samsung devices, and you can configure APN through our application on Samsung device. And now that 2 actions, that 2 profiles will be available as well on the Android Enterprise Work Managed Device activation. Of course, when you have Samsung device. So this is very, very useful. For example, with the connectivity profile, if you want to manage all the connectivity, in fact, on the mobile device, so internet, mobile network, data transmission, calls, incoming, outgoing calls, messages, MMS, everything. If you want to manage that, if you want to create whitelists of the countries when you want to call, if you want to create a white contact list, it's all possible, it's all prepared, and you can do it also on Android Enterprise activations, fully managed device activations. So this will be quite useful for all of you guys, Samsung users. The next one will be related with the notifications. So let's go there. Yeah. We changed the place when you can set up the email notifications. It was in settings, but we put it in the notification just to keep everything in the same place. So at this point, you can, of course, configure as before email notifications about any events you want for any recipients. It's quite useful if you have a large solutions to manage and not enough manpower to cover that. You can, of course, get the email if something goes wrong or something's happened in our solution. So this is useful. The second little change is related with the notification list. As you see, you can manage, in fact, what you see. Because in my example, I use device activation and device deactivation as my goal, what I want to see in the notifications. but I can also go to restore to default, and as you will see, location availability will be here, device security update. So if I choose that I want to see, for example, only device activation and device deactivation, this is the only notifications I will see when I go to notifications. So this may be useful if you, for example, have many notifications about SIM card change, about stuff like that. So this may be useful in practice, in fact, to make your life as IT administrator a little bit easier, which is, of course, one of our goal. The next one is related, is quite, in fact, quite similar with the changes in the notification, because we made similar changes in reports. So of course, as you may remember, we had report configuration in settings. So now we move that to reports, and you can of course create reports which will be generated automatically in specific time and sent to the recipients. It's quite useful if you want to be up to date, or you want to have just some scheduled reports only and you don't need anything else. So this is useful for all of you guys. And of course, as before, in our solution, you can choose what the data you want to get, or of course you can choose one of our custom one of our pre-built reports in our report module. And let's move forward. The next is connected to password. So I guess, guys, you know that we are creating some restrictions how the password should look like. And now we make something quite useful for all of the people that want to set the new password. And as you see, finally, you have the information what the password should look like. So this was one thing we missed, and this is one thing we add related to the password. So you know how the requirements looks like, and is make be the way to make just setting new passwords faster than it was before. And okay, let's close that. And let's go to MTP profile, mobile threat prevention. It's one more change there. We add new event, or yeah, the new action which can trigger reaction. So one of my favorite stuff to do. The Knox warranty bit. Knox Warranty Bit is a bit on the Samsung devices. So when you, for example, somebody will root device or in some way damage device, do something with device security level, or mess something wrong, does something wrong with the device, that bit will be broken, will be burned, in fact. So the device, of course, lose the warranty, in fact, and the important part is, even if somebody, for example, root device and then flash it one more time and restore the proper firmware, sometimes it cannot be detected via classic root detection or dangerous status, because we can cover that as well. Well, some advanced end users could do that. But in fact, on the Samsung devices, if you break the Knox warranty one more time, you cannot restore it. So we will know, our solution will know that this device was compromised, and we can react on that. Of course, accordingly to your security policy. So this is quite useful, and of course for Samsung device only. And the last thing we add is related with the devices. So let's make some scenario, because many of our users, in fact, ask us about that feature. Many of you don't create the user, as a person. Many of you create users as some location, some branch office, some place where devices are connected, because they are used by many different users, in fact. And you asked us about some way to quickly find the user, find the device, and be able to do something with that if something goes wrong, for example, if the device is compromised, stolen, or something like that. and we hear your voice, and of course we add that feature related to alias. So you can put your own custom alias here. As you see, I wasn't quite creative because random device alias it's not very good alias, but still will work for our purpose. But this is something which was already present in our solution, but we add one, in fact, cherry on the top in that case, because now when you want to, for example, search device, let's go to the dashboard. If you want to search device and you know that this device is called random, so you can just simply put that name here and you will see that device will be searched in our solution. So you can search by alias. It's very useful. And of course, if you press it, you will be directly transferred to your mobile device on device tab. So this is very useful for everyone in fact, who have on one user many devices. It's very common, in fact, in our solution. So we can now make your life easier as well. And I guess that will be all for now. These are the features that the most important features that 2.4 is bringing together. So I guess you like it. I hope you like it, and see you soon.